Up next on UTRGV TV, the university has COVID-19 testing sites on both campuses. We speak with officials on how tests are being administered. Plus, we have the latest on what dining services has to offer during these difficult times. And we talk to a fitness expert on what you can do to stay active during the quarantine. We have this and more. UTRGV TV starts right now. Welcome to another home edition of UTRGV TV. I'm Juliana Quiroz. Today is Monday, April 6th. This is our second week broadcasting away from our studio, and as cases continue to rise across the 4 counties in the Rio Grande Valley, we hope you're taking all the necessary precautions as recommended by authorities. At the top of this week's newscast, the university is now testing for COVID-19 on both campuses. UTRGV TV spoke with the Senior Director of Clinical Operations for the UTRGV School of Medicine. Here's our reporter, Rocio Villalobos, with more on how testing is being done to protect the safety of healthcare workers and those who are being tested.
We have plenty of testing. Our biggest problem is this.
Since COVID-19 testing at UTRGV became available to the public on March 30th, the UT Health RGV clinical staff has been testing more than 50 people a day in both Edinburgh and Brownsville. While contact with the patient is minimal and healthcare workers are wearing personal protective equipment, Senior Director of Clinical Operations for the UTRGV School of Medicine, Dr. Linda Nelson, says they are being extremely cautious in their homes.
Shedding our clothes outside, putting them right in the washer, and leaving our shoes outside or in the car, and then getting in the shower before we touch anyone or talk to anyone at home.
People can call 1-833-UTRGV-MD to be screened. If their symptoms match coronavirus warning signs set by Centers for Disease Control, which include fever, coughing, and shortness of breath, they receive an appointment to go by either campus for drive-through testing. As for students who want to be tested, they must go through their student health portal. Results are obtained within 24 hours, and Dr. Nelson says they have already seen a few positive cases. She stresses the importance of taking this virus seriously and following the ordinances set by both Cameron and Hidalgo County, ordering residents to stay home and avoid non-essential activity.
If we do what we're told to do, hopefully we will contribute to flattening the curve. We're not there yet. We're a long way from there. And so it's something we've never seen or had to do or endure before. But we have to do it. Each of us has to do our part.
Since there is not yet a vaccine for COVID-19, Dr. Nelson says only the symptoms can be treated. While awaiting their results, patients are instructed to completely isolate themselves. Reporting for UTRGV TV, Rocio Villalobos.
Although a limited number of restaurants are available to students on campus, UTRGV Dining Services is offering students a to-go service for the remainder of the semester. With more, here is Victoria Cantu.
Students living on campus are still able to use the UTRGV Dining Services and will be providing modified service locations and operating hours during this time. All meals continue to be provided in to-go containers. We spoke to UTRGV Food Services Director Gilbert Garza for more information on what the dining services are offering students, and he responded, "On the Edinburgh campus, our dining hall is still open for the students who will remain on campus through the remainder of this semester. The hours of operation are the same, however, our service is just to go, as our seating areas are not permitted to support the social distancing initiative." Students in Brownsville are also being able to use the dining services. Garza responds, "In Brownsville, the grill at El Comedor is still open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For any student that will remain at the Casa Bea apartments, our to-go service will also occur as our seating areas are closed to support the social distancing initiatives." Meal plans for students are continued during the spring semester, and the UTRGV food pantry is currently fully stocked, serving students on both campuses. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the pantry is supplying students with ample goods and prepares for schedule changes in the following days. To get the latest hours of operation, please visit utrgvdining.sodexmyway.com. Reporting for UTRGV TV, I'm Victoria Cantu.
All new student orientations held this month will be virtual. How different are these in comparison to past orientations? Our reporter, Verilu Infante, has the answers. Verilu?
With precautions being taken due to COVID-19, new student orientations will be held virtually for the month of April. Incoming students can sign up for an orientation date through Assist and will be emailed instructions on how the orientation process will work. Coordinator of Recruitment and Orientation, Crystal Marroquin, states that the virtual orientations are divided into 3 parts, much like previous in-person orientations, but in a slightly different order, starting off with the Academic Advising Center.
So the Academic Advising Center will send them an email to select an appointment. It does start off with all 30 people in the same Zoom room, and then we're doing breakout rooms based on colleges so that they could be advised better.
According to Marroquin, once a student completes the advising process, they then get moved to an online module where students can go through different topics that would have been covered during an in-person orientation, but at their own pace. Students will then be emailed to join a virtual registration course to be taught how to register for classes and how the Live Schedule Planner application works. But they will not be able to receive their UTRGV student ID until they are physically able to come to campus. Marroquin states that the role of student orientation leaders has also been modified to avoid losing connections made with students through interpersonal communication.
I want to make them feel as family and friends that we're all vaqueros and that we all come into this university for a goal.
Gonzalez states that though the orientation is being held in a different setting, she and other leaders are working on making it feel as welcoming as they would other in-person orientations. Marroquin reassures that though this new format may seem a little intimidating, the admission staff and orientation leaders are here to help.
It's a little unconventional, but we're all doing what we can in order to be as helpful as possible from their transition from high school to college.
Reporting for UTRGV TV, Verilu Infante.
Quarantined and bored? A fitness expert gives us some tips on how to stay active and healthy during the outbreak from the comfort of your home. Elizabeth Mendoza reports.
Since the implementation of new mandatory guidelines in the Valley, many people are left unmotivated or out of ideas to break a sweat. Health experts are recommending you stay active for at least 30 minutes a day, 130 minutes a week. Many of you may think there is no workout without equipment, but there is.
Not everyone has some equipment at home. So what I recommend is body weight. Our body is made to move. Our body is designed with our own strength. If we engage all the muscles in our body, we can get a very great workout.
Castañeda says that working out at home means getting creative with household items.
Normal towel, we can just engage in our own muscles, and we do pull-ups, we do our back rows, we do bicep curls.
She says you can use 5-gallon jugs filled with water to make an equivalent of 26-pound weights.
You carry side to side, get to the end, rest it for a little bit, 1 minute, go back, carry it, walk back.
Although working out at home may seem like a challenge, Castañeda says eating healthy doesn't have to be.
A big breakfast, your vegetables, your protein, your carbs, your milk, everything. And then have a snack. 2 hours later, little snack. Maintain your mind.
Castañeda says that having a hobby will keep your mind off treats inside your fridge. Several fitness locations are now bringing the gym to you online. The UTRGV Recreational Center is using virtual programming to keep the community active and engaged. All those classes can be found on their social media pages like Facebook or Instagram. Reporting for UTRGV TV, Elizabeth Mendoza.
At this hour, the Distinguished Speaker Series with actor and stand-up comedian John Leguizamo now postponed for the fall 2020 semester. This comes after strict requirements by university officials to prevent the spread of COVID-19. According to the Director of Student Activities, they are currently working with the agency to provide a new date in September so that the series can kick off in the new academic year. No word of the speaking engagement will remain on the Brownsville campus. This evening, UTRGV has temporarily suspended all graduate record examinations, or GRE, and graduate management admission tests, also known as GMAT test score requirements. The GRE and GMAT requirements will be waived for students applying for master's or doctoral programs during the following semesters and modules you see on your screen. For more information about the Graduate College's admission accommodations for COVID-19, you can visit this site. We will have that link on our website. Here's this week's UTRGV TV Noticias en Español. Mientras UTRGV y los estudiantes siguen el protocolo de distanciamiento, la despensa de alimentos de UTRGV está haciendo todo lo posible para asegurarse que los estudiantes tengan los alimentos necesarios en este periodo del COVID-19. El Banco de Alimentos de la ciudad de FAR y donaciones hacen que todo esto sea posible proveyendo alimentos a UTRGV. UTRGV le estará dando a los estudiantes la suficiente comida para toda una semana. La despensa se ordenará en línea y será disponible los martes y viernes para ir a recogerla. El único requisito será presentar el código que UTRGV les ofrecerá como identificación.
Los estudiantes nomás van a llegar y cuando ellos ordenen por línea les va a dar como un código, y ese código nos llega a nosotros y así vamos a poder saber cuál orden es cuál, y ya vamos a tener todo listo para que la gente no esté tanto tiempo aquí esperando que nosotros embolsemos su despensa.
La despensa de alimentos de UTRGV quiere que los estudiantes sepan que ellos están para servirle y proveerles todos los alimentos necesarios. Si desea más información, puede ingresar a utrgv.edu/food pantry o sus redes sociales. Now to this week's police reports. A box of N95 masks reportedly stolen from the Brownsville campus. A male staff member reported that those N95 masks were stolen from the Biomedical Research and Health Professions building. Officials state that it happened between March 27th and March 28th. No word on how many masks were stolen. A dispute in the UT Health COVID-19 drive-through testing site in Brownsville after a male faculty member tried to enter a barricaded area. It happened last Monday as officers patrolled the area of Lot B4 when an officer noticed the male faculty member trying to make his way into the barricaded area. The report states the officer then asked him to go around, but the faculty member became upset and vulgar, even displaying an obscene hand gesture. This incident will be handled administratively. And before we go, I want to thank my sister who is behind the camera and also helping me on teleprompter. She's been helping me with the production during this difficult time. I just want to say, as a part of UTRGV TV, from all of our staff, please continue to follow all necessary precautions. We will see you next time, and stay safe.